And I think maybe you might agree, both of you, Seville, Manchester United, first leg in Seville. We know they're not very good because Liverpool played them recently.
Yeah, you'd have to go for United, I think.
Over the 2 legs, Liam?
Yeah, United, great draw for them. Mourinho always seems to take lucky draws, and he's got one there. He could have had a much more difficult tie. There you go. I think they'll win through. And Man United, Liverpool, and I'm sure you're going to talk about City, but City got a good draw as well, and they'll go through as well. I
think Basel, Manchester City, we'd all agree City will gobble them up.
Should do.
Yeah. And Bayern, Besiktas, I'm not sure, I haven't seen much of Bayern this year, just haven't seen them, but they'd be favourites, wouldn't they?
Oh, absolutely, and I think since Ancelotti's gone, the team seems to have performed better. I don't know what was going on, but they were, there's obviously not a happy camp, and is Joinkas in there again, isn't it, Eamon?
Yeah, it's Henkes, Jupp Heynckes, who won the Champions League with Bayern,
Yeah, and I think the lads, the players there have enormous respect for him, and I think Bayern will have a good run in the competition. A good draw for them, although Besiktas have been impressive in the group stages, but I would have to go for Bayern there.
Okay, so if I gave you asked you to tip the winner, John, of the Champions League, who would you tip?
I'd say it would be between. I think Chelsea have a very hard draw. Well, you'd have to go with Manchester City, Eamon.
Okay, Liam. That's interesting. There's 5 English clubs in this last 16, which is an awful lot, and 2 of them at least, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, have pretty good draws, and Liverpool do as well. An English club to win it, Liam. Manchester City, would you make them favourites?
I'd say an English club to win it every chance. Man City undoubtedly favourites because they're the best team in England at the moment, so you'd have to give them the biggest chance of all of winning it. But I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea or Liverpool won it either. Okay,
and I'm going to say that I don't think Manchester City will win it. I want to put this to both of you. I don't think Manchester City have a prayer of winning the Champions League, because if you've got Otamendi at the back, Fabian Delph at left back, Kyle Walker somewhere out on the right, and John Stones or Mangala, you've got no chance when you play teams with good forwards.
They're dominating the Premiership, and all the teams you're talking about, they've beaten them. They've beaten Liverpool, they've beaten Chelsea, they've beaten all these teams. Why should it be any different in the Champions League?
Because they'll be playing against the likes of Mbappe, Neymar, Lionel Messi. Can you imagine Lionel Messi getting at the Manchester United, Manchester City defence? Shakhtar Donetsk beat them last week in the middle of the week.
They had half a team out.
Okay, well, we'll leave that then.
Yeah. I think you're wrong. I think if you can dominate the Premiership, and you said that if Chelsea have a chance of winning it and Liverpool have a chance to win it, Champions League is not going to be that much different. How would Chelsea suddenly become better than Manchester City, and Chelsea and Liverpool become better than Manchester City because of the Champions League?
You always resort to logic, don't you? Liam, are you having a shower there?
I go along with John. If you want to lay me a couple of points outside what the bookies are laying from Manchester City, I'll certainly have a bet with you, Eamon.
Okay, well, I'll lay you 5 points longer than the bookies. The bookies are going 5-1.
Now, don't be silly. I don't want you to be silly. Just a point or two,
okay.
So the bookies are going 5-1.
Well, I don't know what they're going. I'll find out.
I think they'd be shorter than that, Eamon, I'd say.
Okay, well, I'll give you 5-1, and I'll give you your money back as well. It's a free bet, like Paddy Powers. Now, listen. Here's the point. I want to make the point to you, Liam, because you're not as logical as John. It's just logic. They have no defence. They can overwhelm teams in the Premier League, and regularly do, like last night to beat Swansea 4-0, and even on Sunday. Now, how on earth, when they face a good forward line, are they going to keep anything remotely close to clean sheets.
Well, they're not worried about that. They'll outscore the opposition. That's Guardiola's philosophy, and he's certainly capable of that. And, you know, all the teams that you are saying have good forward lines, haven't got very good defences. You know, PSG, you've told me that they're bad at the back.
They are,
Barcelona, poor at the back. Real Madrid are poor at the back. I think, you know, his philosophy might win the day, Eamon. You know, might be good enough to go all the way.
Okay, well, I think I know where I'm going for my summer holidays. It'll be somewhere expensive.